Everybody, Chris Fote here. Here's a garden update. Hope you enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe. Enjoy. Alright, so a new addition is 18 new jalapeno pepper plants. The kumquat trees didn't make it. And then 18 different about 18 different tomato plants. There's a 6-pack, so definitely a good deal. Some pepper seeds that I started, but probably won't get much out of them. Here's some peppermint. Here are two lemon grass, nice and lush. Very good for making tea. Sweet banana pepper plant. It's got some nice ready to be harvest banana peppers. Here are two more banana peppers. We've got some babies on there. There's a big one. Here's a bunch of basil. It's a variety. These guys are relatively new. Variety. Here's a wildflower variety, another wildflower variety. So here's a gigantic wildflower. I think it's due to bloom in fall, so it should be close. Trellised it up so it grows straight. Cauliflower, another gigantic wildflower at a stake. There's another one. Pretty sure these have big flowers when they bloom. Broccoli. Still hasn't seen any broccoli, but we should see. So here's some garlic chives, 2 of them. And here's some chamomile German. And this mint here I just found is very tiny, but it seems it's growing in. Sweet bell peppers. Wildflower. Cabbage not doing so well. And then another wildflower. Here's a lush lemon palm mint family. Needs to be harvested. Here's another one. Wildflower. Wildflower. Here's a winter theme. It's a herb. Here's a Thai basil, nice and lush. Here's another winter theme. Here's a cinnamon basil, very lush. There's another cinnamon basil. This basil didn't make it really well, but here's a sweet basil and a purple basil. So here's a blueberry dwarf bush plant, blueberry. Oh, blueberry. Here's a raspberry plant. Don't think I like the nitrogen too much, but we shall see. Here's another raspberry plant. It's in beets. So I planted them directly in the ground. Carrots have come up all the way down. Beets have come up all the way down. They should be growing in well now, germinated and everything. Row of basil goes all the way down. Here's some okra. Lettuce that's reseeded some places. Here's a germinated mint plant out of water in a cup. Here's peppermint. It's getting lush. Here's habanero pepper. Very tasty. It'll get yellow when it's ripe or more hot. Banana pepper or wildflower. Here's an okra. Here's a whole batch of different wildflowers. A lot of them didn't make it in there. Here's 2 large okras. It's got massive okra. Make some tea out of it, hopefully. But you can just see how big these are. These aren't that old, but they're definitely healthy and green and lush. You can make tea out of the leaves too if you wanted to. Another okra. So 4, 5, 6, about 7 okra over there, but all together with another germinated mint. There's another germinated mint. Here's a wildflower. See, it's got some flowers. Here's some catnip, but I don't think it made it. Here's a germinated mint, chocolate mint, and peppermint. Here are two flowers, plants. The winter theme, very lush and healthy. It was grown from seed. Here's one of my favorites, the stevia plant. So new additions are one, two, I think there's three. Is that a frog? Missed them. Tabasco plants, so never tried these, but they were lush, so we're gonna see how they go. Two jalapeno peppers, and what you can see over here is that they've been on the plant that long that they've turned red. There's another one down here, but redder they get, the hotter they get. Basil that's been germinated in water. Some wildflowers that I planted. These are just another batch of seeds. So we got okra and a whole variety. Majority of these peat moss pots are onions. Scallions, red and yellow. Good for winter. These didn't make it. And then we got some peppers and lettuce. And what else we got? And tomatoes down, we'll get down there, but that's just what I got in these couple of, there's a lot there. Another wildflower. My mulberries are really taking over. They're growing well. Here's some kale, wildflowers. So this guy made it. Basil. There's a wildflower. Here's a lemongrass. It's very hard to walk in my garden. Look guys, this is good sign. Good froggy there. Hey, what's up, buddy? Alright, so habanero, they're ready to be eaten. You can leave them on there, they'll get extra hot or spicy. Here's, what are they called? There's a few turnips. I got pepper seeds over there. Very hard to walk in my garden, like I said. We already got the other side of the okra. This was lush, but it shrank back. There's another okra plant. Some wildflowers. Wildflowers, nice and orange. There's a vegetable plant. Grew from seed. Here's a store-bought tomato plant. Okay, here's sweet bell. A couple of them there, grown from seed. There's a basil starting to root in. Another store-bought banana plant. It has grown definitely and melted some stems, but it's gotten bigger. Basil plant. Basil. Here's another tomato plant. Another store-bought one. Okay, here's I just trellised the other stem up, and it's Tabasco plant. Here's some nice Tabasco. Some more basil. Tomato plant, store-bought. Tomato plant transplanted by seed. There's some more basil. Tomato plant. It's a cherry tomato. Here's some basil. And chocolate mint here. The chocolate mint's very overgrown. It's starting to run everywhere. These were just two small plants. Very small. They grew into this. But that's chocolate mint. About a 3.5 foot tomato plant. This is mustard, if it survives. Basil plant. Here's a whole variety of different tomato plants. I did plant wildflowers, and I let the roots get to a bulb. So they're definitely going to take off. They've been in here for quite a bit. Variety of tomato plant. Had to trellis it up today. Seeded basil. Variety of herbs. That's a weed. Here's basil. Variety of herbs. This mint I just found and it's growing. And there's a wildflower there. There's some parsley, not doing so well, but mixture of herbs. So here's the tomato plant. See how it's melted back there? It's getting used to the soil. And then another basil. Here's the other side of the pots. So you got a bunch of peppers. I just put a bunch in there. Tomato, cherry tomatoes, beefsteak, and I think these are the lettuce. And then here are the rest of the onions. There's scallions, red and yellow. It's a basil plant. Let's see where we can go here. Alright, so this is a peppermint or spearmint, one or the other, grown from seed. So another basil, store-bought tomato plant that it's grown since I've had it. Alright, so these are actually cinnamon basil, just seeds that they came off the plant, but here's some basil, more basil, just seedlings, some lettuce, and some basil. Alright, so here's some eggplant. I'm waiting for some eggplants, really. Let's see, we'll see. They haven't produced yet because of the too much nitrogen in the subsoil. We shall see. But eggplant. I know we covered these three, but I just wanted to document. There's a bunch of flowers on here, but the one Thai, two cinnamon. They were big when I purchased them, but they just got a lot bigger. So here are some turnips that I grew from seed. They're all seeded in, germinated, ready to be start to grow on. Variety of basil down the row. Some little guy tomatoes. Here's a cinnamon basil. Here's some eggplant from seed. Here's peppermint. This all actually grew from the roots of the peppermint plant. There's some lemon balm. Some sweet basil. Another sweet. And a sweet basil. Another sweet. Other side, there's two eggplant plants, but it's the more bigger one. Snap peas. Some baby cinnamon basils down there. Alright guys, that's my garden. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and peace.